Hi everyone, Space Cowboy back once again with more Assassin's Creed. Part 16, if that's kind of hard to believe, I actually didn't think I'd get this far. Um, so here we are, we're part 16 and we're going to do some stuff. Now, I think what I'd quite like to do, I think that's an Evie mission. Charles Dickens mission close by. I'm very torn on this one because Charles Dickens ones are really good. Let's do that one. We'll do it as Jacob. We'll switch to Evie once this mission's complete, and we'll continue on our merry way. But what's happening here? What's going on here? Why is that guy in blue?
We're fast friends now.
Okay. I'm not sure why I did that there. Yeah, so in a previous video, one that I did just recently, you saw me, if you follow my videos, you saw me play Assassin's Creed Rogue. And I'm still playing that. It's really good, like really good game. It lets you see how they've improved the series in a lot of ways because you can do stealth in those games, whereas in this game, whereas in the other, in like Rogue and stuff, you can't do stealth. You kind of have to go in bushes and things to do stealth, and it's very, how best to put it, it feels antiquated doing that. You lose your immersion if that's the only way you can do stealth. Whereas in this game, the stealth feels a bit more fluid. I wouldn't say it's perfect because it's in no way perfect, but it definitely works better in this game. But while I was playing Rogue, and I'm going to spoil a bit of Rogue here, but I have spoiled a lot of the other games as we've been playing anyway, so that doesn't really matter that much. In Rogue, there's a mission where you're an assassin, obviously, who you're not 100% convinced about the assassin's cause. You're kind of just having fun with your mate Liam. And then you're tasked by the assassins to go to this foreign land because you've been there, and you're to go find this artifact. So you get there, and you kind of go up to this artifact, but in interfering with it, you cause an earthquake. You know what, we're going to speak to Charles because I'll talk about it once we've spoke to him.
You seem tired, friend. Everything all right?
No rest for the wicked, Charlie.
Today's Ghost Club investigation involves a carriage. It's said to be covered with gold leaf, dazzling passers-by when the sun shines. Naturally, it's rumored to be haunted. Now let's see if we can find it.
Till I get there. How'd you like a knife in the back? Here we go
Okay, so I had to do that there. So we're investigating. I'll get back to my original point in a minute.
That actually looks remarkably comfortable.
There's... He's not gonna lie down, is he? Whoa. What was... Okay, so he just laid down and kind of had a weird kind of vision almost. Let's go look at these.
Dead letters.
Okay, so there's got to be an... Oh, hello.
What the devil?
I don't know.
Maybe you'll settle down when I rip your guts out.
Okay, I think I was to actually grab a carriage as we were going by.
Don't try to get away from me. It won't work.
So I don't exactly know what's happening. I think we're still on the same mission, but we've lost the carriage. Has he been drugged or something? Like, is that what's happened? I'm a bit confused. They're not really explaining this very well.
Please, someone help me! I have been torn from my home and family by these villains! This will not work, sir! You may kidnap me, but you will never have me! Who's there? Or your friend?
Yes, madam. Don't worry. You're safe.
Oh, you saved me! That wretch would have forced me to marry him within the hour.
Okay, so
I
we've
must
rescued
return
someone.
home.
Reach the lady's home. So this is still part of the Charles Dickens mission. I don't know if you watching are as confused as I am, but this is all very confusing. Because we were investigating a ghost carriage, and then all of a sudden I was to rescue this woman, and then now we're speeding across London.
Oh,
Weird.
his accomplices will surely murder you. Quickly, we have not a moment to lose.
Right you are, miss.
Okay. Let's get you guys out the way.
That's the way.
Hey, don't look behind you.
We've lost him. Thank you. You have been a great help. Will you please take me home? I urge you, please. I want a great deal of trouble with someone you don't even know.
Let's get out of
What
here.
is your name?
Jacob Fry, miss.
Okay, so let's reach this lady's home, and hopefully something will be explained, because I'm at a bit of a loss here. I don't know how this has got anything to do with Chucky D.
Let's go.
I'm not familiar with his stories. The only thing I really know of Charles Dickens is Christmas Carol.
You have preserved my honor and saved my life. I am Elizabeth. Won't you climb down and sit beside me so that I might see your face?
Who's a good horse? You are.
Okay, so
Where are you?
so it was haunted. She was a ghost. You hallucinated the whole thing.
Just about to collapse. What on earth has happened?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
So that was all hallucination. Very weird. Okay, that was just bizarre. Oh, defend the civilian.
Street's closed.
There we go. Down you go. Nothing to loot off him because we've got auto loot on, so we're sorted. Right, let's pick another mission. We'll switch to Evie this time. Let's switch to her. And we'll do one of her missions now. Let's see. Her mission is here. Room with a view. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that now. We'll upgrade some of our skills as we go. But yeah, as before I started the Charles Dickens mission, I was talking about Assassin's Creed Rogue, because it's now backwards compatible on Xbox One, which is what I'm playing this on. And Rogue is one of the very few Assassin's Creed games I've never played. I played, I think, an hour of it when I had it on PlayStation 3, but I quickly upgraded to PlayStation 4, so really didn't have time for it. So, Assassin's Creed Rogue, you're an assassin, you go to this area and you start interfering with an artifact, a piece of Eden that's underground in, I can't even remember the destination, but it's a foreign country that you travel to. And by interfering with this piece of Eden, you inadvertently cause an earthquake. And it is a historical earthquake. It's an earthquake that actually really happened, and that's what's fascinating about the whole thing. But they do this sequence where you are running through this town as it basically, like this city falls around you, and you're seeing the devastation that you have caused by interfering. And you're seeing houses collapse, buildings collapse, fires raging everywhere, people are screaming and dying. And it's so well done. And I mean, I've played games where they've got giant set pieces before, and you know, there's games that do set pieces really well and games that don't. What got me about Rogue and what struck me about it so much is that for the first time, and I know this sounds very weird, but the first time it felt like an Assassin's Creed game had stakes. Because when you play an Assassin's Creed game, while they talk about the fate of the free world, and the Templars want to do this and the Templars want to do that, and they're bad people, and all this jazz, there's very few missions where there are stakes. You're in cities, you're running about, okay, there might be a set piece mission where you ride on a carriage or use Leonardo da Vinci's creation, but there never feels like there's stakes. There's never these big moments where you're like, my god, things I'm doing are making a difference. And in this game, things you are doing are making a difference. And it's a bad difference this time because you've caused this, and I know it's really bad wording, it's a bad difference. What I mean is that you're seeing the negative connotations of what you've done. Things are happening that you had control to stop. If you hadn't interfered with the precursor items, this wouldn't have happened. But you did, and the city falls around you. Thousands of people die, and that's what turns your character into. He joins the Templar Order in short order. He decides that the location of these other items that are in this book can't be in the hands of assassins anymore because they just let that happen, and he can't live with that in his conscience, so he steals the book, and his assassin friends turn on him. His best friend shoots him, and he falls off a cliff, but he survives. So your character continues, and by dealing with what happens, he joins the Templars and starts hunting down the assassins. It's a really fascinating story that this guy is like, you know, the assassins have got these ideals, but for all their ideals, they are willing to let thousands die for their ideals, and we're not willing to let that happen. I'm not willing to let that happen. So he joins the Templars. And that mission where you're running around and the city's collapsing, like I said, it felt like there was finally stakes in Assassin's Creed game, because everything's very insular. You're in a city, you're doing missions, you're not doing anything that's big and brash, because you've got to keep, you know, the assassins' mystique in the city. They can't be discovered, so your missions are all very low key. So for the first time, that mission just felt really something different, and it was really good. I want the next Assassin's Creed game to be more of that. I'm sick of being in a city and doing missions around it and there being no stakes and the story not moving any further forward. We need big world-changing events. And Rogue was a step in the right direction. Everyone doesn't see Rogue as part of the canon as well, because it was a last-gen game. Unity was what was focused on. Rogue is far superior. And not just because it's like another Black Flag, it's because the missions have weight to them.
So the hints you found in the Kenway house lead to the monument.
What a wonderful use of your time following me around asking obvious questions.
Sorry,
Well, since
taking a
Henry
drink.
isn't here, I thought you might enjoy the company.
I don't require any company, and Mr. Green is following up on some leads of his own.
Oh yes, Mr. Green. That's a fascinating idea. Oh please, Mr. Green, come and take a look at this book and stand oh so close to me, Mr. Green.
I do not. Well, perhaps you have nothing better to do, but I'm busy protecting the assassins.
Are you really? What was it Father used to say?
Don't allow personal feelings to compromise the mission.
Precisely. Anyway, I'm off. If I find any more wild geese for you to chase, I'll be in touch.
I do like their kind of...
Pleasant for your absence.
I do like their banter between each other. It's very interesting.
Our new proposal will ensure that these slums will
Ah,
with
okay.
better, safer housing, sanitation facilities, and less open flame. Shut up, crap! You sound like a bunch of children. You are being very ungrateful.
Okay, so we need to examine that base. How are we gonna do that?
Well, we cannot continue this until you calm yourselves.
How are we going to do this? Interesting. Let's approach it from the front. Let's go around the front of it and see if there's any way we can approach it.
In an effort to ensure so great a tragedy will never happen again. I would like to thank our esteemed
Because it looks like we need to get under the monument.
members of Parliament and others for being here today. Our proposed legislation will ensure that housing for the impoverished need not be a fire hazard. We have heard your concerns. There is no need for shouting. Please calm down.
Okay, so let's examine.
All this disruption. Too many today live in what are little better than hovels.
Okay, so... oh, do we need to get up the top now?
Will you please stop shouting? You are only being moved out of your homes if it is unsafe. Please show some respect for our guests. Not a problem here. Our new
Let's get up here, out the way. Oh! Oh, come on, is there really some need for that? You're shooting at me. All I'm doing is climbing up this... Right. We need to get out of here. Duck down here. Oh, you're kidding me on. You're kidding. I tried to duck down an alley and it cut me off. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. They give you an open city and then when they give you a mission they cut you off from that city. What's the point in the city then? That'd be like Metal Gear Solid 5. It gives you this big open space and then as soon as you do the mission it's like, oh, but see, if you go 2 millimeters to the left, we're not letting you play it anymore. That game lets you do it from every other angle. This is just silly.
In an effort to ensure so great a tragedy
Okay,
will never
so
happen again.
let's get out of here.
I would like to thank our esteemed guests.
Let's go up to the top. The tippy top, as Bleach would say. Tippy top guys. Okay.
This looks familiar.
How does it look familiar? I'm lost. Okay, let's walk out of here. So we have to go to St. Paul's Cathedral now. Let's go. Gonna want to get up high. Out of the way of people. That was pretty silly though that I could not duck down that alleyway. I mean, I suck at video games, I'll freely admit that, but when a game is poorly designed, I will point it out. And the Assassin's Creed games are some of my favourite, but I will admit there's issues with them. A lot of issues. But yeah, let's go across here and we'll keep going. I also think that's another problem with the Assassin's Creed games. Ever since, I don't know what game it was that the creator of the series left. Left Ubisoft. He and Ubisoft did not see eye to eye. They wanted Assassin's Creed to become a yearly franchise. He did not. He had a story in mind, and he quickly parted ways with Ubisoft when he realised they were going to make it a yearly franchise, whether they liked it or not. So, but I know he had a story in mind, and I would like to see what his story would have been. I don't know if anyone's done, an interview with him, or anything like that. It would have been interesting to see because I don't think Black Flag would have happened. I definitely don't think Rogue, Unity, or Syndicate would be games in the series. I don't think Assassin's Creed 3 would be the mess it was. And I like Assassin's Creed 3, but it is a mess. A lot of things just go unexplained. A lot of things are kind of left for you to discover, but not in a good way, because it's hard to explain how much of a mess it is without getting really, really specific, but I'd be very interested to see the original creator's version of Assassin's Creed, how many games he had in mind for the series, and where it would have went, because he was leading up to a point where Desmond was learning to become an assassin, and I get the feeling the last game in the series that he had planned would have been modern times, Desmond as an assassin, white hoodie on, knife wrists, like, you know, wrist knives, and at the ready, taking down the Templar Order and talking to Juno and figuring it all out, and it wouldn't have been the ending Assassin's Creed 3 had. So let's solve this puzzle. Are we gonna do it, or is she gonna do it? Oh, it's doing it itself. I'm not seeing how. What am I supposed to? I mean, I'm just matching up shapes. Obviously that's wrong because nothing matches up with that one, so okay. Okay, if I bring this one round and then line up this one, which means that's there, then see, that one doesn't work because that. What about if we did that? No, because that wouldn't work. Wait, hang on, bring the dots round, because there's no. Wait for that. Is it? There is. Hang on. Have it. There. Okay, so that works. Who built these?
It's in the very top.
Who built these puzzles that reach all over the city? That only a crazy person would go after? Because when you think about it, these things have to, these like artifacts and things that you're searching after have to be accessible. But they're not, unless you're an assassin. Or an extreme climber, which there wasn't at this point in time, just crazy people. Which an assassin could be, actually, but, you know, I know I've been ragging on the series quite a bit in this video, but you know, you can stretch things so far, and after playing Rogue and really enjoying Rogue and how, like, I know it's all about precursor artifacts, but it felt more grounded. This just seems ridiculous now. Okay, let's find what it is in here.
The key to the vault and the shroud.
Good day, Miss Fry. I'll take that.
No, you won't.
You want Shroud to cement your own power. But what if you cannot control it?
And why do you want the Shroud? Merely to keep the Templars from having it? How like an assassin. To hold the power of eternal life, and yet be too afraid to use it.
Eternal life. Is that what you think the Shroud offers?
What I think is no longer your concern.
Yeah. Oh. Damn. Damn right, I'm gonna use bullets.
Coming with me? I have other plans.
And she's got the thing now.
Damn it!
Oh, Evie, you're just a joke. Okay, this is where I'm gonna end this video. Yeah, wasn't very happy with that. But anyway, so I'm ending the video here. Join me next time when we will do another, I think we'll probably do another Evie mission, although there's a Jacob mission right there, but we'll do another Evie mission. In fact, you know what we might do in the next one? Let's have a look. What's close by? A couple of Templar hunts. I don't want to do them, they're kind of boring. We've got Carol's Marks, friendly competition. You know what? We're going to do another Jacob mission because he's a lot more fun. So that's what we're going to do in the next video. So right now I'm going to say goodbye. My name is Space Cowboy and thanks for watching.